What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode with Supreme Decisions, and that is Bright. But tonight was actually kind of spontaneous, but not really, because I told you guys that I was going to talk about the Harvard administration admissions process and the Supreme Court decision that just hit them probably about 2 weeks ago in regards to them not being racist. I'm going to tell you why they aren't. But first, I want you guys to hit that like button as you come in. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it growing. And I don't want you to be afraid of that super chat. So hit me up. Tell me where you at. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you want to hear about so we can keep it moving. But again, tonight is going to be about the Harvard admissions not being racist. Well, the easy part to that is greetings, fam. What's up, Adrian? Yo, Adriana. How about we just go with Nicole? What's up, Nicole? All right. Well, a couple weeks back, we had a Supreme Court hearing, which most people don't know about because generally when we hear about Supreme Court hearings, they are on major issues or issues that are just gigantically public. And that's when I actually came to the rationalization that there are a lot of cases that are being heard on a daily basis, which is generally like one or two, to which the public is not privy to. And this is one of those. Because again, it's not one of those that's eye-catching or anything of that nature. But I want to explain why the admissions process is not racist. Because when you're looking at these private for-profit universities, they have a selection process. And in that process, they're looking at people that are most beneficial to them. Now you have some that have money. You know, we actually look at people such as our president that was able to get into a prestigious college because of donations and nepotism and different things of that nature. But when you don't have those things and you have people that perform at high academic levels, you wonder what it is that is needed to go to prestigious colleges such as Penn and Wharton and Harvard and Cornell and that are in the Ivy Leagues. Well, it's first understanding that these for-profit colleges are private. They are set up as clubs. So they have the right to accept and refuse who they choose to. Now, with that being said, a lot of people are going to put in the comments probably or send me crazy emails that say, oh, well, they get paid for students being there. And they are 100% right. But when you're looking at the students that they are being paid to select, it is still for those that are set up in an allotment. They are paid to have a certain amount of Pacific Islanders going to their schools. They are paid to have a certain amount of people that look like me going to their schools. They are paid to have different ethnicities go to their schools. But once those quote unquote quotas are filled, they are no longer obligated. And in those obligations, they are not, what's the word I'm looking for? They are not obligated to actually even pick the best candidates, but they are obligated to pick the ones that are most beneficial to them and what they are looking to do. Now, one of the examples I want to use was when you're looking at those that are being brought in for or from, let's say, low-income areas, and you look at the non-secret of they're striving in areas where the school system itself is failing. And they're brought in because they score high on the SATs or the ACTs and they have a 4.0 and all that good stuff. Now, the thing is, there's an allotment of money to that school for that person to be there. Now, the example I want to use was the fact that there was some people that I actually went to a graduation of, and this was actually a little while ago. It wasn't last year or nothing like that, but it was a few years back. And the reason I want to use this example is because you're looking at qualifications. And again, I said it's those that best benefit them. Because everybody that's in their school, they're looking at as an investment. Yes, you're going to have a few bad investments, but for the majority of them, they're looking to have people that are going to be there for at least 4 years and are going to pretty much represent them later. So when you're looking on that aspect, there was a valedictorian that I actually sat down and watched in a graduation, and I listened to the speech. And the speech itself was mind-blowing because this valedictorian, this highly educated person that was the toast of the class, I appreciate it, Jeremiah, but this valedictorian that was the toast of the class stood up on stage in front of at least 1,000 people. And this person, without hesitation, said, "It is our turn to get crunk up in here." Now, immediately after this, scholarships were rescinded. Why? Because this person could not represent someone speaking that way. I hate to say it, but there is a reason that you are given things grammatically. I don't speak very grammatically correct, but I also don't speak with a lot of ebonics and slang. That is one of the reasons why when you're looking at me tell you about things such as words having power, when you're changing those words, getting crunk up in here is, to me, the stupidest thing you could ever say, because that person could never represent their own interests in court at all, because they don't have the intellectual capacity to differentiate when it is appropriate for that type of interaction. But when you're doing that, not only was that person representing who they are or who they were speaking to or who they were graduating from, but they were representing their future. And in their future, it was being judged as this person is not going to be able to be a good investment. This is why when you're checking those boxes and you're asking for permission to join someone's club, they have the right and choice to choose you or not choose you. And this Supreme Court case was one of those that kind of slapped everybody in the face, because they're thinking, oh, well, they have to accept me because I'm the best in my class. They don't have to choose you just because you're the best at that, because you may not be the best investment for the long term. You may not be the best investment for what they're being paid for. And whether we like it or not, it is someone else's choice. In many cases, the level of education we get, because 90% of us are not disciplined enough to be self-taught, to be self-educated, to actually go out and seek, like many of the people that are on here now go out and do. And when you're looking at that, you have to understand that most of the people that are watching now or watching at all, you guys are actually out that y'all were the ones that said, you know what? No, I don't believe that. I don't trust that. I'm going to get it myself because I'm going to go find it. And you actively sought it out. And this is not something everybody is built to do. That's why you see so many people that are going out representing their own interests. They're not being successful at it because they're not understanding words have power. They're not understanding how to be a good investment for somebody else. They're not understanding how to place themselves into that position, or they're not even hungry enough to go out and get it. And a lot of times I tell people, you know, I love the fact that I'm able to go out and pretty much create something. And that's what we're all out here doing. So with that being said, tonight will be short. I appreciate those that tune in. I am currently putting together a video now to keep this series going. And Yeah, we can definitely go with that too, because again, it's about the selection process. And I appreciate that, because at the end of the day, okay, thank you, Mike. I'll actually look that up and I'll let you know later. But what I actually want to point out, did I go black on you guys? How can I get a copy of my police report without a lawyer because I'm getting the runaround? Shoot me an email. I'll post my email so you can shoot me an email and I'll tell you what you need to do on that. But it's, for the most part, you're going to do a Freedom of Information Act request. But the key is how you request it. And I'll teach you how to do that, and for the most part. Now, I appreciate it. $4.99, way to put it on there. And again, if you guys have any questions, either from the night or from any night, and Mike, like I said, I'm going to get back to you. I'd like to hear about it, because again, Sundays I do want to do the question and answer session. And this one, while it's one of those that caught my attention, to me is not really a trivial case, because when you're looking at them, they are not designed for everyone. They tell you that when you're growing up in high school and college or getting ready to go to college. College isn't for everybody. Everybody's not going to be accepted. Everybody's not going to excel at it. And the reason being is because everybody's not going to be picked. And when you looked at, one of the people I looked at was Jaden Smith. And he spoke about how we have a from school to prison system that is set up. And if you actually look at a lot of what's going on, it's, are they able to regenerate a robot? That's the question. Are you a robot? Are you able to be trained? Are you able to be put into a box? And then what happens is many of them are. Not all, many of them are. Because I've actually taken college courses. I've taken some online. I've actually taken some sitting in the classroom. It's just, it wasn't for me completely. There are other people that have sat in classrooms, that have sat in these places. They were selected, but they did not stay. They did not conform. And that's one of the things that people look for. Are you able to be molded into something that they can use? And generally, a lot of times you're going to see that answer to be no. But when they are, is it detrimental to you? No. Is it beneficial? It can be, because you often hear about people that have gone to college, that have been selected, that have gone through the rigorous things that need to be done to go into there, and they can't, quote unquote, find a job. Why? Because being part of that, you have to be able to be controlled, conformed, and be able to just meet a requirement. Are you hungry enough to do something, whether it's in your craft or not? And those are the things that they look for, even in college admissions. This is one of the things that I actually, like I said, I actually thought it was interesting, because to say, okay, they're racist because they didn't select me. No, I don't get that. Because again, it's who benefits me the most. Because generally, I hate to say it, but Janet Jackson's song, What Have You Done For Me Lately, is the greatest song of all time, because it's the one thing people keep singing. What have you done for me lately? Because if you're no benefit to me, either now or in the future, why are you here? You have no value to me. And for the most part, that's what it is. And any questions, any answers, any snide remarks, I appreciate all of them. Because if not, I love you guys. The video should be done probably in about an hour. And I will see you guys mañana. All right, question, answers. Bueller, no questions. I love you guys. Keep them coming. Let's keep growing. Let's keep going. Peace.